today at school, all of the first year classes are going on little field trips. They all got to like vote and decide on where they're going. I'm joining a class that's going to the beach and having a barbecue. This particular class is a lot of fun. Like the lesson that I gave them this week, they were like the most interactive, but also respectful. And they're just like a really good group. And the teacher who helps me in that class, the Japanese teacher, she's amazing and very helpful. I went to her house and like met her family. She's awesome. So I'm excited to spend the day with them and to like wear normal clothes and like, yeah, go on a little field trip, get on the bus. Field trip to the beach was really fun, actually. It was a good day, and that's a lot, honestly. Did I still have a moment where I could feel myself about to cry? Yes, but that's okay. I show up and they've got charter buses about to take all the classes to their destinations. I was like, oh, okay, that's nice. We start by going to a grocery store so that all the groups could get food for the barbecue that was going to be happening. And it's just like a bunch of students all going in at the same time, going down all the aisles and grabbing food. All of the kids were wearing these blue track suits. I think it's what they wear for PE, possibly. In general, these kids are very well behaved. Like there's very minimal supervision going on. I was just like assigned to a group. Everyone's being really chill. And so as soon as we get to the beach, they're having fun and they're jumping in the water. They did have to start with cleaning up the beach. And I thought that was really nice. They had to start by picking up some trash and then they could just like go and dive in the water and have a good time. We were only at the beach for like 30 minutes, it felt like. It felt really short. After that, we pretty much like packed up and headed to the area where we were having the barbecue, which was really cool. They had like little individual pits. It almost had like campsite vibes or like a little nature park kind of area. Again, the students are like chill. They're sitting there. One or two of them are taking the lead and doing the grilling of the meats and then serving everybody else. Just like so nice and calm. I was like, okay, great. I was really grateful throughout the day because multiple students were trying to talk to me. They were like asking me different things, like even if it's very basic questions, they were trying to include me, which I really appreciated. And sometimes I would get out Google Translate or they would do the same. Nearby where we were having the barbecue, you could walk across like this grassy area and the ocean was there. And it was sort of like a cliffside with a bunch of rocks, and you could walk down to the water and climb around on the rocks and sit. And I could have sat there all day. It was extremely peaceful. So yeah, overall, a good day. I will take it. I feel like we need to talk a little bit about what's been going on with my time in Japan. The first couple of vlogs that I posted, I feel like I was pretty transparent about all of the negative emotions that I was processing about being here and the way that it sort of hit me when I was like first moving in and doing all the things. And then the last couple of vlogs I feel like are a little bit more lighthearted and more of like the views and the places that I've been going and like some of the more fun excursion-y kind of stuff. All of those things are true. Japan is a great place and I'm extremely fortunate to be here. And I've had several moments recently where I've felt very grateful. Like, I'm in Japan and I'm just like completely submerged in this other culture. Truly, there are plenty of things that I really enjoy about the experience of being here, and Japanese culture and food and the kindness of the people and the convenience stores and the whatever. With that, there are a few things that have made the experience pretty challenging for me. It's something that I'm wrestling with on a continuous, regular basis. My journal is a mess, and if you're in my like inner circle of friends and family, you've heard me process this so much on the phone, FaceTime, voice messages, text, all the things. There are like a few main things that are really coloring my time here that's making it a bit of a struggle. For one, the language barrier is just, yeah. I knew that going into it. Like, I knew that obviously I don't speak Japanese, I knew that, and I knew that most people in Japan don't really speak a ton of English, but I really underestimated the way that that lack of communication, that barrier to be able to connect with strangers out in public and people at my school, I underestimated the way that that would have an impact on me emotionally. At the end of the day, I just truly value connection with other people. Yes, with like my friendships and stuff like that, but even like going to the grocery store or the bank, my school, not being able to talk to most of the teachers as well as the students, like we can have very, very basic conversations, but nothing super deep. That takes a toll on you after a little bit, you know, where you just feel like you're constantly on the outside and you can't really dig in. Speaking of the school, another thing is coming from being a full-time teacher in the States to then having the schedule that I have now as an assistant language teacher. I don't have nearly as many responsibilities. I don't have nearly as many classes during the week. I'm not prepping as many lessons on a weekly basis. The workload is just so much lighter. That's taken a toll on me in a weird way. Like, I'm fortunate, I guess, for the break because teaching in the States is exhausting and so stressful and consuming. You constantly like know what's going on with the students and the other staff members and you're in it together. There's that, and then there's also the grind of like, you are so busy and it's taking up a lot of your mental capacity and your energy, and there are definitely some downfalls to that, some major issues with that, but at the same time it's extremely stimulating and you're always like on your toes. You never know what's gonna happen next, and every day is different. Here, because of the nature of my position of being an assistant teacher, I only have the 8 classes a week. I'm only planning 1 lesson per week, so I have a lot of time at my desk. I find myself just lacking purpose. Like, what am I doing here? I'm like, my time is being spent doing what? Like reading? And I don't know. Going from the extreme that is teaching in America to then being an assistant language teacher, I kind of knew that going into it, but then once you really are in it and you experience it and you're just like sitting at that desk for a while, you're like, oh, so the job has definitely been challenging to adjust to and has kind of taken a mental toll as well. The other thing that has really affected my experience here would be something a bit more obvious: the loneliness and the isolation of creating distance, physical distance, thousands of miles between myself and the people that I love, my friends and my family, my community at home. I also knew that going into it, of course, but again, once you're actually in it, I've spent a decent amount of time overseas in the past, but every single time I was with at least one friend, and the time that I was overseas for an extended period of time, I was with a bunch of friends. So being here on my own has definitely made the experience different and a bit more challenging for sure. It feels like seriously almost every day I'm having some type of like crisis-ish or like a revelation, an epiphany. I think all of this is really setting me up for success for my 30s, hopefully. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to give some more context. Thank you for listening, and thank you for watching this vlog. I think that's it for now, but see you later.